Hey, good evening, guys. How's it going? This is Michelle Ship here. I'm the business page owner of Wham Solutions with Michelle Ship here on Facebook. Thanks so much for joining me this evening. Want to jump on here real quick before I jump over to my team call that I host every Monday and just share with you some insights and some tips of training that I did with one of my teammates recently, and I thought it'd be most beneficial for you as well. So let's get right into it. So tonight we're going to be talking about gaining support from your spouse within your home business. Now, do you ever feel that your spouse is really not on board with you with your home-based business, where you feel like, you're working very diligently and hard? It may be like a brand new adventure for you, or you may have been in your business for quite some time, but your spouse is still not really on board on the ship with you. Do you ever feel that way? Well, tonight I'm going to share with some advice to help you get your spouse, whether it be your husband, your wife, on board with you so you both can reach success and get the results that you're looking for. Now, what happens here is when you feel that your spouse is not really supported in your home business, what happens is your spouse basically feels that you haven't been getting any results. And in order to get results, what we need to do is we need to show them the money, especially if you have a husband. They want to see the money. They want to see exactly what you can produce, what can make out of this home business. So in order to start making the money, what you have to do as a home business owner is you need to launch your business or relaunch your business if you already started your home business some time ago. And the best way to do that is to go out with all-out massive action. That's the best way to make that happen. That's something that a lot of wildly successful people do all the time in their home business, is they're always relaunching their business and having these little bursts of energy throughout the year. And you might hear them called as like blitz, where you work for like a good hardcore, maybe 30, 60, or 90 days. I say 90 days is the best way to go about it. So what you need to do is you need to have an all-out massive action blitz, and this will help your spouse get on board, because usually at that point in time, after 90 days consistently of hard work, you will get some pretty good results with that, and you do that over the period of a year for some good momentum. So before you actually get into massive action mode, the best thing that you need to do is you need to have a conversation first with your spouse and also your family. And so the conversation has to be quite serious, and you can say something like this. You can tell your spouse, sit him or her down and say something like this. You can say, listen, I'm actually going to be honest with myself. And the reason I'm going to be honest with myself, I haven't actually been applying myself the way that I really need to within my home business. But I want to let you know that there's a reason why I'm doing this home business. I'm doing it for us. I'm doing it for our family. I'm doing it so I can be front and center with you, but also with the children, like if you have children. And I'm doing this business to create not only a better life for myself, but for us as a family at whole. And what I'm asking for you is your 110% support and your help with me getting this off the ground, or getting it back up off the ground again. And so what I want you to do for me is to support me and to know that I need to give this some really great effort and focus over the next period of 3 months, for instance, if you're doing 90 days. And then if my results don't come out what I think it's going to be after that time, we'll deal with it then. But I need from you at least 110% commitment with that within that 90 days, so I can get the results that I'm going to need for my home business. So that's what you need to share with your spouse. And I say not only share it with your spouse, but also share it with people who, your family members, so they know that when you're in massive action mode, you're not actually ignoring them. You're just really zeroed in and focused on what's going to help you and your family get the results that you need, whatever it is you're working towards your goal. Okay, you follow me? And it's going to be a serious conversation, but everyone needs to know and be on board with that new massive action blitz that you're going to be partaking on. Okay, now the reason why we have to do massive action is because in order to get really good results, we have to hit it with speed. You always hear success loves speed. Success doesn't love slow and steady. That's definitely not going to win the race here. You need to work with speed, because that's going to create some momentum for your business. And if you feel like even your current team that you have, or your business just kind of going to like it's kind of slow, what you need to do is you need to rejuvenate that business. You need to kind of put the electrical socket on there and shock it a bit, and you need to pick up your pace and really focus on it so you can get some good results, okay? And there was a great analogy I heard from the all famous Eric Worre. He was talking about our business. We have to think about it as like an airplane. We have to think about ourselves as like the pilot of the airplane. And what happens as a pilot, your whole goal is to take that aircraft, that airplane off the ground and launch it and make it soar, make it fly high up in the sky, thousands and thousands of miles. That's the whole goal. So we as a pilot, we need to know how to give in some good gas to really get it going. And so what pilots do is they accelerate 100% throttle in order to get it off the ground. And pilots don't focus on just kind of giving it maybe 60% effort or 70% or 80% effort. They give it 100% effort in order to get it off the ground, because they know, think about yourself as the pilot at the beginning of the runway there, and you have to go all the way down the runway, and once you get to the end of the runway, you have to take off, right? Now, if you give it just like the 60%, it's not going to take off, and it's going to crash to whatever's in front of you. So you have to give your business that same attention, that focus, that energy initially. And yes, it may be tiring when you're doing that massive action period, but it's going to be worth it. Nobody says it's going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. So when your plane is off the ground, it's finally launched at 100% throttle. What happens at that point in time? You can bring it back a little bit thereafter. And what's amazing, what I learned from that analogy, is that the fuel or the gas from the airplane uses 2/3 of its gas just trying to get up off the ground. It's a lot of gas that it's using, but once it's up in the air, what happens is that plane can soar thousands and thousands of miles, across, the nation or wherever it's going to go, with using just 1/3 of the fuel once it's there. So just like your business, you will have to give it some oomph, some effort initially to get it going. But once you're up there, you're soaring, you won't have to put in so much effort to get it going, because you're going to be kind of just pulling it back of that throttle a bit. So that's what I feel. You have to just be like a pilot in the aircraft and just really take off with your business, putting in some focused, massive action to get the results that's going to prove to your spouse or your family that, hey, what I have here is going to help not just me, and I'm taking my business serious. I'm making a commitment, but you need to stick with me, and so this commitment can come to fruition. So again, success loves speed, and the best way to prove it to your spouse that may be a bit unsupported at some point in time, you need to show him the money. That's the best way to get it, to make it happen, and to show them that this is going to help not just me, and I'm not just dabbling in this business. I'm taking it serious. I'm going to step up. And yes, maybe my actions haven't been 100%. Maybe my commitment hasn't been there, but you need to help me. You need to meet me halfway. I can't do this all by myself. We're a family. You're my spouse, you're my husband, you're my wife, so you have to meet me halfway. And know that focused attention is not going to be all the time. It's just temporary. It's just till you actually get your business up off the ground. So they have to understand that, and they have to work with you in order for that home business to work. So that was just my reflections. I was sharing this thought with a teammate, and I also heard it on a recent podcast I was listening to. I also heard this from Eric Worre, that analogy of the pilot, and I said, this is right, this is spot on, because this is exactly how we have our business here. We need to launch it, and we have to go fast, quickly, to get the results and get all of our people who may be unsupportive, including our husbands or wives, on our ship with us, so they can see the results, and they see what we're working towards. So that's my quick message for you guys. So if you have a unsupportive spouse and they're not really on the ship with you, and you want to get them back on the boat and swimming fast with you, show them the money. You have to do that by doing massive action. Success loves speed. And once you do that, you get some momentum going on in your business for a good, I would say, at least 90 days. That's when all the people in your family are going to be like by your side and cheering for you all the way. So hopefully this helped you guys. If you did like this, go ahead and comment below. Say yes, I agree with this comment and this message, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Take care now. Bye now.